Hello, McMillan families. It's been about 3 weeks since we've had a video, so I wanted to make sure that we update you on some things that are happening at McMillan, so you know what's going on with your student. I will tell you that we are continuing our Pride focus: peaceful, responsible, involved, diligent, and empathetic. And we focused the last 2 weeks on involved and diligent. We will focus the following week, next week, on empathetic. Getting kids involved with athletics, classroom work, having kids work as hard as they possibly can, persevering, not quitting when things get challenging. And of course, the empathy side of things is all about treating each other with respect and being kind to each other. So a lot of work to do to ensure that our kids are doing a good job at McMillan, and everybody's working together to get to that point. So those are some great things that are happening in our Pride Time activities and announcements and just constant activities to help kids make good decisions. Also, one of the key pieces to what we do too is a lot of leadership training. So we worked with our ambassadors who are leaders in the building. They may do tours, they may, for students, they may take adults around the building and talk to them about what we do. They do open house. Just a lot of things to promote our school, and they do a wonderful job of that. So ambassadors had training. Our student council has met a couple of times. They've had some training. They also went to the superintendent's session at the TAC building where she had her opportunity to hear students' concerns. And so a little town hall for students, and they enjoyed that opportunity. They'll do a follow-up next week regarding that activity. We've had our NJHS officers. They've gotten together, the NJHS as a whole, and then they voted on their officers, their recent officers. So that's exciting for our leadership opportunities. We've also been highlighted. The National Acapenta competition was in May, and our students again competed at the national level, and we placed third nationally. And we are in the highlight video quite often, many of our students and our staff, so that's fun to see that. I put that on my Twitter. We also had our Coffee Squad highlighted on KETV, and our Coffee Squad are students that are working on social skills and doing a great job, kind of in a sense running a coffee business. So that's great for them to be highlighted. We also have done a lot with testing. This week we did testing for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Next week we'll follow up with kids that did not take the test. That went very well. Students did a nice job. So thank you if you helped prepare them for those tests and got them motivated to try. That's the biggest key piece, is a mindset of not quitting. So if you can continue to work with your children on that, we appreciate that. We also had our first PTO meeting and had several parents, more than normal, show up, and so we hope that continues. But we do recognize that everybody has a busy schedule, and so if that does not work for you and you can't make it to a PTO meeting, just please, first of all, be a part of the PTO through your, I think it's a $5 payment to help out a little bit. And if there are opportunities for you to volunteer, give whatever we're asking for, whether it's something for parent-teacher conference meal, etc., gift cards, things like that as they pop up. We appreciate it. The PTO supports students and staff with awards, Student of the Month, Staff of the Quarter, and so that's a great incentive for our students and staff, so we appreciate that. Also, we have 2 supplemental opportunities for your children as they're at home and they need practice on math or language arts or reading. The math is called IXL, and IXL is a computer program. There's a slide that I'm going to show you that kind of gives you information on how to get your child logged on. It's something that the teachers use in class, but we want to supplement outside of school. One of the best ways to make some improvements in learning skills is to work outside of school. Study Island is supplemental to our language arts and social studies curriculums and our electives. And so Study Island also can be accessed at home, on your phone, on your computer. Both of those programs, easy to access, kids know how to use them. Every single student in the building has an account for both of those things. So please look at the information and use that. If your kids come home and they say, I don't have anything to do, always IXL, Study Island, and then the third option is always to read a book. Reading outside of school and just getting involved in reading something that they're interested in always helps students with reading. So thank you for encouraging them to do that outside of school. Parent Portal, I would like to talk just briefly. If you do not have a Parent Portal account, please, I beg of you, get an account. Several reasons. You can monitor attendance, whether that be tardies or absences. You can monitor their grades. So, for example, teachers are doing grades tomorrow as we speak, and you will have an opportunity to see those grades as they go in. It's pretty much live as soon as the parent puts it, or the teacher puts that in. So you can access that. I also want to encourage you and remind you that attendance is critical. It is a key component to our school improvement plan. Strive for 95 is the big kind of promotional theme to remind everybody that we want students here 95% of the year, but that calculates to missing less than 9 days of school. So we want students to be here much more on time, focused, and learning. And that is the absolute best way for us to gauge whether or not students are successful for graduation is number one, attendance. So breakfast is at 7. We start breakfast at 7:10 to 7:30. So get them here a little bit early so they can get a good breakfast and get to class on time. So thank you for that. And the last thing I will touch base on is the hallway. So if you didn't know what it was like to walk through the hallway, we had recruited one of our ambassadors, Jayla, to wear a GoPro on her head. So if I'm going to warn you in advance, if you get dizzy easily, as a GoPro is on one's head as she's walking through the hallway, just know that you might notice that there's some blur and a lot of movement. So enjoy watching what it's like to walk through one of our hallways as a student at McMillan, an 8th grade student at McMillan in that hallway. So thank you for staying with me for this video. I know it's been 3 weeks since we've sent one out. We'll try and do them a little bit sooner. Sometimes we get a little busy, but we want to continue to communicate with you. Again, Parent Portal accounts, contact the office. 531-299-8947 is my line if you want to call me for anything. If you want to get a portal account, 531-299-2440. Ask for Michelle Kerr and she'll help you out. Otherwise, thank you for everything you do to help your child get the best education they can. And here's what it's like to go through a McMillan hallway. Thank you.
Oh, shoot, I'm going this way.